Hey guys, I'm Lyzabeth Lopez, registered holistic nutritionist and master trainer. And we are gonna talk flat belly hacks. Are you ready? Here are some of my top tips to kind of get that flatter belly. If you've been bloated and stuff like that, then this is for you. But just to kind of like preface it, I was competing in fitness competitions, and I remember the first time I saw having a six-pack, and I was just like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. And then it wasn't too much long later that all of a sudden my belly was like, why is there a basketball under my shirt? I don't understand. So I started to research into why these types of things happen. So I've got a lot of flat belly hacks. I'm just gonna share with you like maybe 5 of them right now, so maybe there'll be a part 2. Maybe. So let me know in the comments below if you would like to see a part 2 after you watch part 1 right now, maybe, or just regular. Let's see. The first one that I'm gonna talk about is chewing gum. Ta-da! I bet you guys didn't think that something like chewing gum could actually cause you to have a bloated belly, but surprise, it actually can. When you're chewing the gum, you might be swallowing a bit of air, which can cause an issue, but that's not even the one that I'm fully talking about. When you're chewing, okay, and you're chewing, usually your body, when it feels chewing, it thinks, oh, I think we're gonna digest food. Let me create some stomach acid and get ready for all of this food coming down. But when you're chewing gum, as we all know here, there isn't any food coming down, you're just chewing. What happens is you start to create extra HCl, hydrochloric acid, okay? You might think that then a lot of people that chew gum end up having like an acid reflux. Then you might go to your doctor and say, hey, I'm having acid reflux, and then they might give you some type of medication, and then it could lead to something like leaky gut. There's a whole, like, I could just keep going on. Or I could just say, and you know, you can research that further, try to not chew gum anymore if you can, if you want to have that flat belly. Instead, just, you know, do the usual, brush your teeth, you know, mouthwash, all that kind of stuff. Maybe try the oil pulling. We've got a video coming out, okay? I can link it, on how to do that to get the fresh breath and the white teeth and all that kind of good stuff. Most of them do have aspartame and you're chewing on bad sugars all day, but even with the healthier ones that don't have them, you're gonna have the same effect. So it's just kind of like, no. Another thing that might be causing your bloated belly might actually be not having enough acidity in our stomach. And you might think, but I don't want to be acid, but it's kind of like different parts of your body should have different acidity levels. So your stomach, you actually want it to be relatively acidic so it can break down your food, okay? So I know you don't just think, I'm supposed to be alkaline. No, the stomach's supposed to be acidic. So things that could be causing it to not be acidic could be things like stress, having too much sugar, medications, antacids. Yeah, there's quite a few things. But to fix it, some of the things that you can do is, this is a digestive aid. So this is, it doesn't say right on it, but it's actually betaine, so hydrochloric acid. So before a meat meal, maybe having something like this with it, or even better, I like doing like apple cider vinegar drinks maybe in the morning or before a meat meal. I do have a recipe on the channel called the Flat Belly Secret, which is my fire shot, okay? That's what we call it, the fire shot. And it's like apple cider vinegar and turmeric and a bunch of other things. I personally have it at least once a week, if not like sometimes 3 times a week, 4 times a week. I love it. I literally feel energized, my tummy feels flatter, everything feels good when I have it. And a lot of people have actually even stopped me in the street and said, I've tried your fire shot, it's like changed my life. If you even look at the comments on the video, like just genuine people saying how much they loved it, it is a huge, huge helper for getting a flat belly. Now, note, not everyone is low stomach acid, so don't just kind of watch this and think, everyone is, so I'm just gonna take all these things to add acidity. You should always check with your doctor to find out, but it is a cause for a lot of people. Another reason a lot of people are low stomach acid is lack of zinc. So there is something called the zinc tally test. You can check this out at your health food store, and it is one measure that a lot of holistic practitioners like, or you can just check with your doctor via blood test and see how your zinc levels are, and that can also correlate to having enough acid in your stomach. And then again, that is a major, I know it's kind of boring, it's not like just do more crunches, but it is like one of the things that can really, really, really help to flatten out your belly, okay? Let's go to the next one. It's very simple, but a lot of you are going to be annoyed when I say it because I was annoyed when I read about it. So don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. And that is stop drinking water and liquids with your meals. I know that this is hard to do because that's generally when a lot of people drink their water or with their meals. So they pour a glass of whatever and they eat and they drink. But what's happening is our stomach, again, is meant to be acidic. So if we're drinking a whole bunch of water while we're eating, we're actually diluting that stomach acid a little bit and not allowing it to do its full job, which is breaking down food. That's supposed to be very acidic. It's supposed to parasites and all this kind of stuff. It's supposed to kill them so they don't further on into the body. So you need to try to drink and you're saying, when do I have it then? Probably like 20 minutes before a meal is great, or 20 minutes to 30 minutes after the meal. Just give it some time, but definitely 20 minutes before a meal is awesome because then it even like gets everything ready and stuff, right? But just between meals is the best time to drink water for that flat belly, and it will make a difference, okay? Ready? Next. I want to talk about sleeping now. We hear, beauty sleep and sleeping's a time of rest and cell turnover and all this kind of good stuff. But I want you to think about this. If you have an ill-combined meal, so what does that mean, first of all? If you're combining things like meat and rice and vegetables and maybe even have some ice cream or something afterwards, you've got so many different things happening all in your tummy at the same time, that could take you like 5-6 hours to digest. Now, let's pretend that you're that late night eater, okay? So let's say you finished that meal around like 9 o'clock. And then you decided to go to bed at like 11 o'clock. So for 2 hours you got to digest, but 3 hours into your sleep, you're still digesting. And when you sleep, things slow down as well. So let's say it even took like 4 hours into your sleep, you're digesting, and you're kind of your average typical American, let's even say, and you slept for 6 hours. So that means for 4 out of those 6 hours, you were digesting. Digesting takes up so much energy. So you're sleeping and you're digesting, you're trying to break things down. You're not getting a lot of cell turnover. You wake up, you're groggy, you're sleepy, and you've got a bloated belly. Let's fix this. The best way to fix this is to, dinner time, try to make that a better meal combination. So something quick and easy to digest, something like maybe if you're going to do meat, then meat and maybe like a fibrous vegetable, like a meat and a broccoli or something like that, or just something more easy to digest. You can look up all of these things, and also try to give it at least a minimum of 2 hours before you go to bed. If you can do 4 hours, personally, I like that better. Some bodybuilders out there are like, oh my God, my muscles are going to disappear. You'll be fine if you need to. You can have a protein shake, okay, that will also be relatively easy to digest. But let yourself actually digest at night, and you'll be shocked how flat your stomach is in the morning. When I used to do this and I used to wait 4 hours before bed and wake up in the morning, I literally was shocked at how much flatter my stomach was. It was like an instant gratification, and I felt like I slept better, okay? Try it, give it a try. You'll feel good, you'll have a flat belly. The next one is like a fun little saying that you'll probably remember, okay? And that's, when you move, you move. We're talking about your poo. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is when you move around, like you're exercising, you're running, you're jogging, you're working out or whatever, everything is moving, and it actually helps with something called the peristalsis, which is just kind of moving. It's like the soft muscle tissue that moves things along, and it can actually help you to poo, okay, a little bit better. So just remember that when you move, and then when things are moving out, this can be a little flatter. So that's just kind of like a quick and easy something to remember to exercise, walk, run, jog, whatever, okay? Lemon water. I love lemon water. I have some right now. I have this like first thing in the morning. I have a citrus juicer and slice it in half and then juice it up. And I'll do like a cup of water and then pour a whole lemon into it. I'll usually do like a liter of water. This is a great thing to do. It's really good for, again, we'll talk about poop again. It's good for helping you poop in the morning. It's also good for your liver, and it's good for your digestion. It just does so many things. The best way to do it is you wake up in the morning, and before you have food, you have your lemon water, and then you wait about 20 minutes before you eat. Okay, and all of that is kind of systematic, where you just really let it come in and cleanse you and everything, and the enzymes in it just really can help you just, move things along. And you may not know this, you can actually, not everyone, but you can hold like up to like 20 pounds of fecal matter or poop, okay, in your tract, and that will make you look more, you know. People that don't move as often, maybe they move like once every 3 days, the goal being at least once a day. Don't worry if you're not there, it's just a goal, it's something to aim for. But something like doing that lemon water in the morning can definitely help, and it's very easy and it tastes really good. For your kids, if you want to add a little like stevia drop or something to make it taste better, you can do that too. Tell them it's lemonade. So those are some of my flat belly hacks. I hope that they helped. I have a ton more of them. So again, if you would like some more, just let me know. They're all very easy, and the more you can add one at a time, and then you can add a second one, and then maybe you're doing 3, maybe you're doing all 7 of them or 6, how many ever I showed you eventually, and you're just gonna see that stomach shrink, and you're gonna feel good, and your skin's gonna look good, and it's just a big ripple effect. If you have some other hacks, please share them in the comments below. I love conversing with you guys down in the comments. We will chit chat, and I hope you guys enjoy your flat bellies. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out. This is called the Power Ball. These are the ingredients I have laid out for you here. They're all raw, which is amazing, and I'm not cooking this. We're just gonna knead it up, and it will be done very fast. We are starting with pumpkin seeds. All we're gonna do is just grind these up. I just want them to be like powdery.